Welcome to Student Engagement in Standards-Based Learning, Section 4.2, Learning Activity Number 5. You have experienced learning activities aligned to the QFL process skills of induction and analysis. In the next learning activity, you will experience a learning activity aligned to the QFL process skill, same, different. Please turn to page 151, Learning Activity Number 5, Community Postcards, where you will find the original directions for this activity. We will have to adapt them to fit our remote learning course. You and your friends are going on a vacation. You will choose a rural, suburban, and urban community to visit to see what life is like in each of these communities. You will send a postcard home from each location. Upon your return home, you will share information from your travels and determine how rural, suburban, and urban communities are the same and how they are different. Choose a rural, suburban, and urban community with which you are familiar. Use the postcard template located in Canvas Modules Section 4.2, Community Postcards, and design the front of each postcard with a scene and the name of the location. On the back of each postcard, describe the following: who you met and the type of residence in which they live, places you visited and what you saw, modes of transportation, what the residents do for entertainment and fun. After classmates have submitted their postcards, create your own graphic organizer to review one classmate's 3 postcards, and then compare and contrast your rural, urban, and suburban communities to their communities. Please turn to page 152, Point Debrief for Community Postcards, and locate and remove QFL Process Skills card and the 21st Century Skills card from your course folder. Review the standards block and answer the point debriefing questions. How does the activity develop the QFL process skills, same, different? Did you make comparisons of your own experiences with that of others in our class? Did you identify the similarities and differences in a graphic organizer? What engaging strategies were evident to engage students academically, emotionally, or behaviorally? Did you use creativity to create the postcard picture? Did you share personal experiences? Did you have a choice in the place used for the postcard? How does this activity develop the 21st century skills identified? Self-direction. Did you each create your own postcards? Social and cross-cultural skills. Did you make postcards of places in a variety of locations? Communicating. Did you share information with the class about your locations? How can you modify or expand this activity for your students? Could you provide magazines, postcards, and art supplies to help students create the pictures? Could ELL students make postcards of places familiar to them? Can you use technology to have students create real postcards? What activities in your curriculum require students to compare and contrast content-related topics? How can you use this activity in your classroom? Again, please make sure to go to Canvas Modules Section 4.2, Community Postcards, to answer these questions. Target connections. Can you use this activity when you study continents and countries? Can you make a postcard and summarize a story on the back? Can you make postcards about plants or animals and then compare and contrast them? Can students make postcards of different cultures or different historical landmarks? Can postcards contain natural resources or forms of transportation in different parts of the country? Can students make postcards that contain information about forms of linear equations? Can students make postcards of different animal habitats? Can students write a postcard from someone who lived in a certain time period in history and write from a different perspective? You may also want to align this learning activity or a variation of it to a state or district standard for your content area and grade level. Record the number of the standard in the standards block. Our next activity is a whale of a task. Are you ready? This concludes learning activity number 5. Please continue to Module Section 4.2 Align, learning activity number 6.